Hello, hello, this is Paper Cuts Included coming to you live from a Ninja Turtle sleeping blanket, and that's how I know it's legit. Today we're going to be doing a pickup video of all my awesome finds during my 1 year anniversary trip in Texas with my wife. If this is your first ever Paper Cuts Included video, we are a comic book YouTube channel ran by me and my two co-hosts. And we want to talk about what we love. And what we love is comic books, specifically comic book I guess art in general, artists, We look at comic books under a technical aspect. What I mean by that is we'll put the books under a microscope, which is what we call just recording, and we break down the art atom to atom, talk about what works, what doesn't, what is the artist doing at the time, what are they up to now, and we give our own little opinions on it as working artists. To prove I'm a working artist, I'll show off some of the pieces I'm working on right now. I've been showing off a lot of the prints I'm working on, which I guess I will, and I need to kick it in the high gear and get these two done, because these two right here, they will be getting raffled off. They're not going to look just like this. If you don't know what printmaking is, you make prints from them. But we had a summer goal. We hit it. So we're going to be doing a big celebration, which I'll talk about more at the end of the video. And I'll be raffling off 2 or maybe 3 pieces of artwork. I'm also working on this big wood print, which I know probably won't be done in time. But, hope I didn't screw up my camera too bad. No, that's good. That's good. But no, this big old print, and then I'm actually practicing with some Posca markers. I've never really messed with Poscas before this summer, so I'm just trying them out. If you like the art you see, or if you want to see more of my co-host artwork, our Instagrams will be linked in the description below, along with our TeePublics, where you can buy t-shirts, mugs, stickers, all that fun jazz. Those proceeds go into the channel and allows us to get books. But no, today, like I said, is going to be a pickup video. What those videos are is me showing off what I bought recently or what have I got recently. Because I like watching videos like that on YouTube, and we get to see my collection go up together, and I get to talk about what I get. Because some of these books I won't make a video on for a while. And we're going to start it off with the first pickup I got on the trip, that being Usagi Yojimbo. Was this The Crow Part 3 of 5? This is one of the newest Usagi books out, or might be the newest. I don't know when it came out. I had Usagi on my pull list. I would still have it if there was a comic book store in my area. It was good to pick up a new Usagi book. I wish I still had a store I could get a pull list, but hey, take it as go support your local comic book store. If you're gonna spend $10 in the store, spend 15 if you can. Don't go broke, but gotta keep those lights on somehow. But no, I love Usagi. I love talking about him. I think it's a really great book. You can learn a lot from it. You can look at Sakai, who's been drawing this little funny rabbit from 1986 to now, and you do see his art improve. It might not look like it, but it is, and I can't wait to read this series. Not having a comic book store in the area really does hurt me knowing what's out, what's coming out in ways. I don't really read newer comics that much. I read IDW's Turtles for a long time, and then it got to a point I stopped at the Armageddon game because it just got, you had to read like 4 series at once, and I hate it when comics do that. But no, Usagi is one of the few books out that's new I'll read, and I just love it. I love the stories, I love the characters, the artwork's incredible, and I'm always just gonna keep buying them. I'm never gonna stop buying Sakai's books. I really like him as an artist. I really respect him as an artist. I just like him a whole lot. And if you haven't seen our Usagi video, we looked at the very first ever issue of Usagi this week, and I think it went pretty good. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you liked it or not. Let's see what new books are coming out. Avatar, a video game Avatar book, a blue book. Actually, looks kind of cool. Oh, I'm gonna have to check that out. Let's see. Kanto, Dudley Dotson, Ghostbusters. So yeah, a lot of books I'm not gonna check out. I love this Usagi cover of Jen. Who does that? Mitsurio Artia. I most likely pronounced that so wrong. I'm sorry. But no, there's the first ever pickup. This was from the first store we went to, which I think was called Alien World. It was in San Antonio. It was a pretty neat store. I think they might be newer because I had a lot of newer books and not a lot of back issues, or at least back issues of a wide variety. If you weren't collecting from the big two, there wasn't a whole lot for you. But so, sometimes stores be like that. But hey, I always want to support a store. The next two and most of these pickups for the rest of these videos are going to be from this awesome comic book store I went to called Most Wanted in Corpus Christi. That it was an awesome store. The owners are really nice. If anyone watches this video and goes to that store, let them know Paper Cuts Included sent you. You know, it was a great store. They had a really great 50-cent bin, and that brings me a lot of excitement because I swear you never find 50-cent bins in stores anymore. It's always $1 bins, or I've seen some stores only sell stuff for $5 each, no matter what it is, and that's stupid. So it was good to finally be able to dig in a 50-cent and a dollar bin. And part of those dollar fines were my Nexus issues. I'm trying to beef up my Nexus collection. I want to read it, so whenever I find issues, which I usually can for cheap, I pick them up. Was it Steve Rudd does the art? Yeah. So let's cut. Oh, but the ads on the back are awesome. You got a great Lone Wolf and Cub ad, and then you have an amazing Ninja Turtle ad. Now I need to get a second one of issue 37 because I would like to have this framed. It's just some great artwork. I wonder who did those turtles. Those aren't Lawson turtles. I don't know. They don't look like Eastman or Laird in a way to me, or at least the coloring is real odd in a good way. But no, I always love seeing comic book ads. Sometimes I'll buy a book just for the comic book ad on the back. I don't know. That'd be a cool video to do, like ads on books. But no, let's look at an issue of Nexus, flip through it, talk about it. I don't know anything about Nexus. I hear from one of my co-hosts, Dylan, that is a great sci-fi book, a solid sci-fi book. So I do want to check it out. It's kind of on my list with American Flag by Howard Chaykin. When I find it for cheap, I pick them up so I can eventually read them and talk about them. And that's a philosophy, a lot of people should do. Just buy books, start collecting, stuff you might not know, because maybe it'll turn out to be your favorite book. I don't know if I can say that about Nexus. I guess I don't do a whole lot of sci-fi besides like Cyberpunk and Star Wars, but I don't know. This also gives me Alan Moore's Miracle Man vibes, which I need to give a second chance. I read it, but I tried to read an issue and it was so wordy where I was like, oh my god. But no, I guess this video's like me rambling. Um, but no, we do a lot of videos on this channel. We do videos like this where I talk about what I've bought recently, and then we do videos called Under the Microscope where I will just talk about a specific book. Like if we were looking at this under the microscope, this would be the only book we talked about, and we would just break down panel by panel what works, what doesn't, what's the artist doing, stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, just give us a little subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that notification so you get the hottest ever comic book videos coming at you. But no, I do like that coloring a lot right there. I like that panel a lot. That's a cool panel. All those faces. Oh, there's American flag. Whatever happened to American flag? And what are we going to do about it? Oh, chicken. Let's see, what books do they have? John Sable. Okay, so a lot of these books, can you let me know how good they are? I have people recommend Dreadstar now. I have people recommend Badger, Grimjack. I don't think I know what Elric is, and I've never gone into a store and not found just dozens of John Sable books. Are they good? I find them cheap enough. Maybe I should pick them up next too. Maybe pick up the first 5 and do a little review on them. And that's just the stuff I like doing on this channel is, talking about books that a lot of people won't know or, stuff like that. Solid sci-fi book is what they call this series. I could see why. You know, you got your robots, your Superman-esque character. I get why they say that. I think it's cool. I like the coloring a lot in this issue on these action scenes. Reminds me of the coloring in Dalgota in a way. Who does the art in this one? Does Steve Rudd just do the art? Mike Barron, Paul Smith, Canon colorist editor. Paul Smith is the guest artist. Where does that name sound familiar at? You know, I guess something I can try out now is when I say that, I have my computer right next to me because I have it plugged into my microphone. So, Paul Smith. No, not Z. Smith. Artist. American artist. What has he done? Let's see. He died in 2007, born in 1921. Let's see. Books. Comic book artist. Oh. Does it say what books he worked on? Let's go on to Wikipedia. See, man, my art professors would be spinning their graves. Let's see. Known for his work on the Uncanny X-Men, X Factor, American Flag, Nexus, Grimjack, and his creator-owned book, Leave It to Chance. During his 1983 run on the Uncanny X-Men, Smith's work on issues 173 of that series would prove influential in two ways. It featured the debut of the punk look for the X-Men leader Storm. Okay, yeah, that's cool. And Smith's cover of that issue would influence both a later comic book cover and a best-selling poster and retailer standee by artist Arthur Adams, or Art Adams, as we call in the business. Okay, that's cool. I guess, I've talked about on this channel, I don't read Marvel that much, if ever. I just kind of read it for Howard the Duck, so I'm not gonna know who Paul Smith is really, but it looks like he's done a lot of Marvel stuff. But hey, working on Nexus and Badger, now I want to see some of his Badger stuff. But no, I got two issues of Nexus. One of my favorite artists and one of my favorite books I studied in high school to get better at art. That being Micah Mignola's Dracula, or Bram Stoker's Dracula. This is the comic book adaptation of the movie. They're great, and you can always find them for super cheap. If you love Mignola art, search out these books. I think there might be a hardcover edition of them, but you can always get the singles for cheap. I have it, but now I have a sealed copy. This is going to be worth millions one day, right? Well, apparently someone thought so, because this store had at least 20 of these sealed things. And, I like having stuff like this. Like, I have VHS tapes, and if they have a Blockbuster sticker, I like them a little bit more. It's just a little snapshot in history. And it's got the trading cards inside, of course. Ooh, a little piece of... wonder if I can move that card. See, I don't know if you can see it, but that one, I believe, is the cover of the next issue, which is pretty cool. So no, I guess we can't really flip through it because I ain't opening it. This is going right in the Mignola box. So, but it's cool. I love Mignola. He's he's the artist who got me into trying to do comic books when I was a junior in high school. So he'll always have a special place in my heart. Up next, this was not a comic book find, but this was one of my co-hosts actually buying a double that he passed on to me. During my trip, I missed a Comic Con, which sucks, but I would rather spend it with my wife, not digging in bins. So he bought an extra copy of this Ecstatics done by Michael Allred. I love Allred. I could go on for days talking about him. He does great art, great cartooning. His wife colors for him and does amazing coloring. So I'm really glad I get to add another Ecstatics book to my collection. I joke that Allred's going to get me to read Marvel because, of course, I'm going to read these books, to look at the art. And I couldn't really say that before getting into Allred, That's a playlist I need to make, is the Allred playlist. Daredevil, the album, CD in stores. That's cool to see. I like. So you have a CD and a VHS. Yep, VHS and DVD for SpongeBob. I don't know why. I just like stuff like that. Well, Daredevil versus Spider-Man. I didn't. That sounds cool. I didn't know that was a thing on a DVD format. That might be cool to watch now, though. Um, but no, I love All Red. His art's just solid. If you want to, draw the figure better, or if you just want, he's just a good artist to study for cartooning. He's on the Mount Rushmore of cartoonists, in my opinion. That being him, Stan Sakai, and Jeff Smith so far. I will say though, looking at a lot of All Red books, this might be controversial, suffers from same face syndrome sometimes. Some of his male characters kind of look a lot alike. Not a bad way. It just gives it charm, like this gal kind of looks like Frank Einstein, his madman character. This guy looks like the one of the G-men from hell, you know. I don't know. I just like stuff like that. Hmm. But no. I love getting some all red books. He has, 2 months ago, didn't own a single all red book. Now, have a whole half of a short box dedicated to him. So, you know, thanks, co-host, for passing your doubles along to me. Two Towers ad. Who did the Toy Biz? Okay. For some reason, I thought McFarlane might have done them. Just good artwork. Let's keep flipping through it. Get to the end so we can start looking at other books. Oh, that's the end of it with a Islands of Adventure Park. My cousin actually worked there. He worked the Hulk ride during summers one year, or maybe all. I need to ask him about that. And then for the rest of this video, this becomes a Frank Miller pickup. I am so glad I found a lot of these things. These three actually came from a different comic book store that I don't remember the name of um, at all. It was something real simple, but there wasn't a whole lot to it. It was super small, like the size of a one-bedroom apartment, small. But I was able to find some Frank Miller Daredevils he written, and these might be the first three ever Daredevil books I bought. Oh no, besides Born Again, but in his I guess main run, and got him for a good price. Was able to support a comic book store, and they had sales tax included in the price, which is always awesome. So I wasn't carrying around some change with me. But no, I love this cover a lot. Like this will go on my spinner rack, and then these two will go on my box, my Miller box. We'll flip through this one. Daredevil is one of the few Marvel characters I like a whole lot. Like Daredevil, Howard the Duck. Howard's probably my favorite. Yeah, I guess that might be it actually. There are characters who hold a nostalgic place in my heart, like Guardians of the Galaxy. That was a movie me and my dad saw, and he's not really a movie guy, so I don't know. I'll just always remember us going to see that movie, like deciding to see it 10 minutes before it opened, and having to sit in the very front row. But no, I like Daredevil a lot. I think he's a cool character. If you haven't read Daredevil Born Again, it's an amazing book. An amazing story, amazing art. It is Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli's shining hour, probably their best work. Or no, and one of their best works. Batman Year One gives them a run for their money. But it's my favorite Daredevil story. It's just a really great story and great artwork too. You get to see Proto Year One artwork and just get to hear some great Frank Miller storytelling and drawn super great by David Mazzucchelli. The only thing that would make it better is if his wife Richmond Lewis colored it for him. Gotta love this that old comic book smell. I love. Where's that candle? Maybe I need to learn how to make candles. Let's see, but no, I like Daredevil. How many times have I said it? Never mind. I love Kingpin. I love Kingpin as a character design. When Bill Sienkiewicz does them, especially. Um, let's see, what was the Star Wars ad for? Uh, oh, they're doing radio stations of Star Wars, I guess radio shows. That's cool. I need to do a deep dive into that, see what that consisted of. See that I just like seeing stuff like that. I would never would know unless I opened this book up, and maybe someone else knows about it now. And then a Joe Kubert school ad. That's awesome to see. Where I need to make this into a T-shirt. That's just awesome. That needs to happen. I always used to look at the Joe Kubert ads and be like, I wonder if I could do that, like in elementary school. Because I was buying comic books in elementary school, but I wasn't like reading them, if that makes sense. I was like, ooh, this looks cool. I'm gonna buy the. I was buying the Simpson comics to read because they were funny, you know. Like I didn't get into comics, being like, ooh, I love Mike Mignola till junior year of high school. That was one of the few good things from COVID, I guess. But nope, there is some of the issues, the 3 issues of Daredevil I found on my trip. Thanks again to that comic book store that I don't remember the name at all. It was Comic and Toy Junkie, or Toy and Comic Junkie. That's what it was. A very nice store, very nice owners. So it also had a big toy aisle too, if you like toys. And then next, I was able to find a Dark Horse Presents, a Sin City one for cheaper. I love finding these issues, especially when they're for a good price. A lot of people, for some reason, will try to give, $10 an issue for this. And it shouldn't be. This should be like a $2 book at the most. And I think I paid 3 for it, so I was okay with that, you know. And they tried to get 10 for it because it's Frank Miller's Sin City. That's the only reason that because I don't know about the Creep or Earth Boys or Frame, you know. Let's flip her open and look through her to make sure. Great Sin City cover too. It's always weird seeing Marv in color. It's like, oh, his hair's brown. I thought it was just white. you know. Oh, and it ends the first story too. That's cool. Was this the one with? Oh no, but no, just great artwork. I love Sin City. It's probably in my top 5 books. Just the whole, idea itself, your noir setting. If I had to pick a story, probably Yellow Bastard or maybe The Hard Goodbye. But I don't know. I hate seeing Marv die. Just great artwork from Miller. My favorite Miller project of all time is Sin City. Oh, one of the staples is coming undone. Oh no. But I just love it. It really changed how I looked at comics, and I watched it probably maybe 6 months ago at this point. So a newly found, like, oh my god, you can do comics like this? Because Mignola really changed it for me. But then seeing this too was really like, oh, this is wild. Doing just a black background with just very little, it's detailed, but and it's not like Darrow detail. It's not like a Ross background. And I was like, I want to do that. I love this storytelling. I think it's awesome. you know it's just insane what people who put their minds to can do it. Miller going from Dark Knight to this, in both phenomenal books, and both being very influential books in the field. I'm also trying to figure out my Sin City tattoo that I'd love to get. So, but now we're at Homeward Bound, which looks interesting. I think we looked at it in another book because I guess recently I did get another issue of this DHP with the Sin City story, and it did have and it looked interesting. That almost looks like Freakazoid. So maybe we'll check out, was it Earth Boys, Earthbound, Earth Boys, Earth's very own Earth Boys. So I guess that's let me know in the comments if you know a whole lot about it. It looks cool. It looks like it's at the beginning of, American artists or Western artists getting looks at manga, so that'd be cool to see. I didn't see who was the artist on it. Dark Horse presents so weird, man. Like you'll get really good artists who you've seen gone on to do so much big things. Like Frank Miller's Sin Cities are in here. Art Adams, Monkey Man, and O'Brien's. Who else? The Mask, which I don't remember who does the Mask. Paul Chadwick's Concrete. Magnola's Hellboy Wolves of St. Augustine. You know, one of the best Hellboy stories in my opinion. Maybe one of my favorites, or my favorite. No, the Corpse is my favorite. But Wolves of St. Augustine probably my second favorite. No. This needs to be a video we do, is just look at letters columns. That'd be a cool video to do. Find some funny ones, you know? I'm gonna have to remember that. I need to write stuff like that down because I swear I forget almost everything I say in videos like these about, oh, we'll need to do that. That's cool. And now we're at the creep, which also looks cool. You know, you get that Bigfoot cartooning style on, you know? It just looks cool. Maybe we'll do a whole in-depth look at this issue of DHP. Very loose drawing, you know, seeing those graphite marks. Very interesting. Yeah, we probably will take a deeper look at this issue. I wonder if this was like a phoned in book, not like bad phoned in, but like, yeah, we need a you know, a story for this now, with just all these really cool line marks in it. Yeah, I'll need to check out this creep story. Let's see, what's the ad? The eyes have it. The eyeball kid. I don't know what the heck that is. And to finish it out, the find I found that made me giddy like a schoolgirl. I was super excited to find it. Is ROM #1, and you might be thinking like, why are you excited about Rom? You don't look like a Rom the Space Knight fan. And I'm not. I can't tell you a single thing about Rom the Space Knight. I don't know who he is, what he does. You know, I don't know what color of underwear he wears. But this is what I believe to be Frank Miller's first ever work for Marvel. He did the cover. He was the penciler for the cover. Just the penciler. And I believe, like I said, it's his first Marvel work he did for him. And so it's just really cool to think I own that. I think so. It's if it's not his first, it's one of his first. Um, it's awesome to own. I was real giddy. I found it for a really good price. They just said it was one of his first works on his documentary that just came out, American Genius. So I was glad to to find it and know about it now, and B, find it before it skyrockets in price. You know, the kayfabe effect, if you will. So yep, I have it now. This was my most expensive purchase of the trip. It was $17. It was 20, but they were doing like a sale or whatever, so I got it for 17, and I'm really glad I have it. It's just gonna sit in my Miller box now, but I own it. I'm just smiling talking about it. I'm really glad I got it. It's nice to think I have one of his first things, you know, because I have a lot of his later things. I don't really have a lot of his early stuff. You know, I have a ton of Sin City, a ton of his Dark Horse like DHPs. So that's kind of it. Or you know, Ronin, but I don't have stuff like this. His ROMs, his Daredevils, you know, and that stuff I want to get more of. But I guess that's kind of it for the first part of this pickup video. Check in tomorrow for part 2, where I don't remember what's in it. I think a lot more random stuff, but good random stuff. But no, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you. That helps us out a lot. It keeps the algorithm pumping out these videos to more people who want comic book videos. Um, like I said at the beginning, we are going to be having a celebration for our summer goal. I gave you guys a summer goal of subscribers, and you knocked it out of the park. We are sitting at 45 subscribers when I'm filming this. That's awesome. We are only 55 away from our new big summer goal, which is 100 subscribers. But to celebrate our 40 subscriber goal, we're going to be doing a big video for it. We might do a live stream. Probably a big video is what it's sounding like. We're talking to my co-host about it. I but I will still be raffling off some artwork. All you have to do in that video when we post it, and it'll be a big lead up to it. We'll make it a whole event. Is comment what's your favorite book we've talked about, and what's your favorite artist we've talked about, or just I guess one. You don't have to do both, but it'd be cool if you do both. Might help your chances at getting a book if you do both. So yeah, thanks for everyone who's watched these videos. Thanks if this is your first ever video. If you liked it, give us a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps us out. And hey, you're now subscribed to the Southern United States' favorite comic book YouTube channel. But yeah, I guess that's kind of it for this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess I'll send you on some marching orders, and I'm out of here. Make more art.